Welcome to Beyond the Box, where we unpack the world of packing, shipping, printing, and more. Whether you're shipping for business or sending a care package, we are here to help you do it with purpose and precision. So let's get right into it, because there's always more beyond the box.
Hello everyone, welcome to Beyond the Box. I'm Adam, the owner and manager of Postal Annex in Wallingford, Connecticut. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to be doing a live interview with real customers, no filters, no editing or not anything. So we're going to see what you guys have for questions. Our goal as always is to be transparent and as informational as possible. So let's get unpacking and see what you guys have for me. All right, so like I said, our YouTube channel we started is basically about opening up conversation with customers, letting people ask more questions. Everybody has a list of sample questions. You don't have to ask those. If anything pops up into your head, go ahead and ask. It's meant to be kind of just inspiration, start conversation, bring up other questions, that sort of stuff. But these are all pretty commonly asked questions that we get from customers. So I figured it was a halfway decent place to start on there. So good. Anybody want to start?
I want to know what would make someone come to Postal Annex instead of ordering online or going straight to UPS or FedEx.
Yeah, versus going right to the carriers. The main reason is customer support. A lot of people can say, okay, I can figure out how to navigate UPS's website and figure out how to get a label from there. The experience behind it is the biggest portion of it. So making sure that your value is covered properly, your items are packaged properly. We know what conditions your package is going to face through shipping, which may not be something that somebody knows right off the bat. Yes, anybody can go onto ups.com and generate a label, and it's pretty much the same rates that you get when you come to the store. They're full retail rates that way. But maybe, the staff can say, okay, I see that you have, 4 extra inches of space in your box. Let's cut that height down, and oh great, that reduced your shipping price by $20 or whatever it might be. So having the knowledge and the experience of the way that the industry works is the biggest factor in why someone should come to see us. And we care about getting your stuff there. We want to make sure that your stuff is protected properly. We're going to give you advice if it's, maybe not packaged, maybe it's 80% to standard, where it's like, okay, it's probably going to be okay, but I would recommend doing X, Y, and Z to your box to make sure that you have a better rate of, success rate of getting that there intact, on time, with the right service, without spending any extra money.
Can you ship things that are really large or heavy or shaped in an odd shape?
Absolutely. Regular ground service with UPS, FedEx, or Post Office is capped at 150 pounds. After that, it becomes a freight shipment, which we're absolutely capable of. We do a lot of freight work, palletizing stuff. We have the spray foam material that everyone has heard about by now. It makes it really easy to pack that sort of stuff. Besides that, between my business partner, Jim, and myself, we have 36 years of experience with packaging and shipping. So there's someone there that, knows how to angle it the right way, or knows that if it should be in a box, or if it's okay to go, if it's like an engine or something that's, big and heavy, and sometimes people just strap it to a pallet and call it a day. If we need to do a little bit more to actually protect that, then that's, the way that we go. But absolutely is stuff that's in our wheelhouse. We also have, I think it's 6 or 7 different freight partners. So every time we get a freight job, we send all of the details out to every single one of them. And then that way we can, get like a top 3 choices for the customer and say, okay, this one's gonna, your best rate, but it takes 2 weeks to get there. This one's more expensive. It's, a day or 2 if you need it there urgently. And then this is kind of your middle ground where the price is in the middle, and it's, maybe 3 or 4 day shipping instead of 2 weeks or a day or 2.
If I send you artwork or electronic file, can you check it and make sure it's set up correctly to print?
Yes, and we definitely do. We check to make sure that your QR codes are working properly. Lance loves QR codes. Booklets are a big thing right now with a lot of like school musicals and dance recitals. So we're doing a lot of booklets. We have, the print specialists are going to print a sample, and before we give you a proof, we're going to go through it ourselves. We check for typos, We check for alignment issues. If any pictures are fuzzy, we'll circle it on the proof so that when you come in to look at it, we'll actually be able to, instead of just being like, okay, here's your proof, go through it, we can say, okay, here's your proof, here's what I noticed. You might want to tweak this. Your QR code doesn't work. This picture is kind of misaligned. If it's a thicker book, we might recommend putting, like a white strip over where the spine is so that your color's not folding. It's just folding in the white. Or if the file's not set up to print correctly and you're saying, okay, I want it to be a 5x7, but your file is set at like 42 by 36, we'll be like, hey, your file's not set up to the right size, or you need to add crop marks or a bleed or all that. But we definitely go through all that because at the end of the day, our job is to make your stuff look good. So, we take that seriously.
I do regular post office services with you.
Absolutely. We can do certified mail. We can do regular postage. We can do priority mail, post office ground advantage. Any of that stuff can be done through our center. The only thing post office that I cannot do at the moment is we don't have media mail rates. I'm not sure why. We're still working on figuring that out. And we don't postmark. So if you need it postmarked for that day, I can't do that. All of our packages get scanned by the driver when they get picked up. But like if you're doing, like if you do a certified letter, for example, I don't have the round date postmark stamped to give you on your receipt, but that package still gets scanned by the driver when it gets picked up and leaves our building. So you'll still see the tracking, that says, okay, it was picked up on that day, but I don't have that round date stamp. Good. All right. Thanks, guys.